Alright guys, what's going on? It's War 9, Season 38. LVT is facing for Loki. And, yeah, I haven't really addressed it up until this point. But obviously I was in for Loki for a very long time. I joined in Season 18. And I did leave, over the summer. So there are a few reasons that I left. The first one is I was getting ready to go on vacation. I was also in the process of house hunting, looking to buy a home with my family. And then also I just was getting burnt out and I hate AQ. As soon as Kabam started charging for AQ again, I was having to like spend money on the tickets because I didn't have time to like grind arena for resources to do AQ, and the rewards just weren't worth it. On top of that, when Tater started this alliance, a lot of people reached out to him when he was leaving to kind of find out what his plan was. And, a lot of my really good friends in this game decided to go with him. And with this game, so much of the enjoyment is getting to, like, interact with people that you really care about and like. And although I obviously love everyone in 4 Loki, you form, like, a stronger bond with people in your battle group than you do in other battle groups. And I think like 7 out of the 10 people in my battle group came over to LVT. And of course, Tater's being one of them. He's my best friend in game. I've, always got his back if there's something that he wants to do. And I think, and I'm pretty sure I know that he has mine also. So yeah, this just made the most sense. And then once I was here and after life kind of calmed down a little bit, we got to tier 1, and so here we are. We knew that this match was going to happen eventually. I just kind of talked through their whole map, but there's nothing super crazy with their map. Either way, I've taken most of these fights before, and yeah, I don't really know what to say in this war because, there were a lot of mixed feelings here. I'm not really going to talk about these fights. They're boring, and I've done them all before. But we obviously wanted to beat them. This was like the alliance that a lot of us came from. So we wanted to show them that, we had, we were doing good and, that I don't know, I'm just watching myself make mistakes here. But yeah, we wanted to show them that, we were like a strong war alliance, and there's like always competitiveness in this game, and at the same time they really wanted to beat us too, and that was very obvious. The best that they had done like death-wise this season beforehand was about twice as many times as they ended up dying to us, so they really felt like they had like I think both sides were feeling similar, which was like, I love these people, but like I want to beat them, like more so than usual. So, yeah, and of course there's no like hard feelings with anyone here. I'm fighting Legacy's Sinister. We just are going to do our absolute best here. And the ending is a little bit frustrating too, and I'll explain that more when we get there. So, this Sinister's going down. They didn't ban Torch. Kind of sucks because you have to waste a flame on here, but like, it is what it is. And this was the first day that I was like very, very, very sick. This was like on a Monday. I stayed home from work, and I was like planning from bed pretty much. So this next fight here, this is going to be Enzo's Kingpin, so I get to fight Legacy and Enzo right in a row. Here I'm going to go ahead and switch up my masteries so that I can use Omega Red. And, man, I really should have sped this up. But just, like, look at how slow I'm going. Like, I was so sick. I was so sick. And I think it should. Plus the nerves, of course, because this was a big deal. I think, I was kind of talking to a couple of the people in there, during the war, and it was pretty clear that they were taking it really seriously too. So, Omega Red versus this Kingpin. This is pretty straightforward. If you wanted to in this fight, you don't even have to hit him. Because Brute Force, it does 50% less damage if you have class advantage. So you could never hit him and you would finish at 50% still. Obviously that's not like what I'm doing, but yeah, I kind of messed up. I lost a bunch of spores. Here you can see how little the Brute Force is doing. I'm just going to go ahead and lock them in again, but I only have 10 spores on him. But we're 30 seconds in. This rank 4 Kingpin is at like 25% health, so I'm not even dexing out of his special one. That's crazy. Okay, so fight's over. Super straightforward once again. And then in section 2 here, I'm going to be doubling path 9 with Carl. I've been doing this a lot because what people are doing and what, you should be doing if you're not, with Ghost being whitelisted, if there is a fight, you basically want to make it so that no single champion, just in general, you want to make it so that no single champion can take all of the fights on one lane. Like, you want to force 2 separate matchups, and that way eventually people will have to make a compromise somewhere. And so they had Magneto on the first fight, and Carl used Thing for it, but Thing against this Thing could and probably would end up being a timeout. I'm not sure if that's true. If you've done it before and it's not a timeout, let me know, but that's kind of what we were thinking. So I have just been doubling it with Carl, and this is very straightforward with Omega Red. You can see I'm just tapping him a little bit during the shock phase, locking in spores. I have quite a few shocks on me now, but that's totally okay. And then now I'm in the bleed phase here, gonna lock in my spores again and just watch his health. I mean, he goes down so quickly. Obviously Omega can't take Magneto because Omega Red is metal, but fight's over, 30 seconds. So yeah, that was the end of my war. My battle group, we ended up clearing with 0 deaths and 1 game crash, which was recorded. It was Penny Parker. It was Venompool against Penny Parker, and the game crashed about 10 seconds into it. And that was already frustrating, but you can see that we lost by 1 death. And I'm not going to say that disconnect was the reason that we lost, because we had a couple of other like super avoidable deaths. So like we made mistakes, and I think those are ultimately what cost us the war. It definitely wasn't the disconnect, because it shouldn't have come down to that. But very good war. For Loki did an amazing job. I know that they were super excited to have won. We were obviously really bummed that we won, but yeah, I can't wait to match them again. I hope and think that the results will be different, but we'll just have to wait and see. So anyway, if you are in for Loki and you're watching this, I love you guys. I miss you guys so much. You guys had an amazing war, and yeah, I can't wait to match again. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.